the Permanent Secretary for Ministry for Local Government, the Acting CEO, National Fire Authority, the Chief Fire Officer, the management team, and the fire officers present here in this hall. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to be here today just to witness the first ever fire truck. This is the 20,000 litre water tanker been given away to the National Fire Authority. I understand that we never had one previously, and it was through the government grant that you managed to buy one such fire truck for the services that you provide. When it comes to natural disasters, we know that there are certain natural disasters that comes with warning. We know that it's coming our way. We know what to do. But there are certain certain natural disasters that we don't know that it's coming our way. And one such incident, of course, is fire. We don't know that it will happen today, what time it will happen, what kind of destruction is going to cause. We're not aware of it, but it comes our way. And we have seen recently there has been a lot of fires taking place in commercial areas as well as in residential areas. And there are homes that go up in flames. So what are we doing about this? We need to understand the cause of such fire that takes place in the residential area. Is it the negligence of the children? Is it the lack of supervision from the parents? Is it less information given to the children when they go to school? Or is it simply because of other reasons, such as the electrical appliances, which are of substandard nature that comes our way? The last time when I went through the presentation made by the National Fire Authority, one thing that did strike me was the cause of the fires that causes residential homes to burn up is actually the poor quality electrical appliances that's coming into the country. So I guess we know the cause of the problem, and now the challenge is how do we find a solution? We have to find a solution for such incidents. Because at the end of the day, when fire takes place, whether it's in the residential area or commercial or industrial area, it's not just the workers who are working in that environment will lose their job. It's not just the families, but the whole economy is affected. And that's what we have to look at. The government has started a program which you are aware of, that any fire that causes harm to homes or the homes are destroyed and that particular home is not insured, then the family receives $5,000 immediately to assist them to get on with their lives. We all know that $5,000 is small, but still it's important for the family to receive that money so that they can start planning what they have to do next. So if you look at all these amounts that's been poured into by the government, it is definitely a dent in the economy. In other words, that money could be utilized for better things, but unfortunately we have to give this money away to the families. So precaution is definitely what one has to take. If we take precautious approach, then fires will not take place. And sometimes when families are building homes, or even businesses are building their commercial buildings, when it comes to fire requirements, they take it very lightly. As if it's something that will not happen to me, or something that we can avoid not considering, or a cost that we should not consider and just let it go. Now that needs to change. When we build our homes, when we build our factories, when we build our warehouses, we must spend time as well as money in ensuring that that particular building has got all fire prevention mechanisms in place. It's extremely crucial because a fire can, as I said earlier on, it will not only kill people, but it also destroys the wealth that business accumulated over a period of time. And to get that money back, it can take years and years. If there is a fire insurance, then you can say, okay, fine, they'll be compensated. But we know, if you look at the statistics in this country, very few homes and very few businesses, they actually take on fire insurance and other forms of insurance. So it is extremely important that we should pass this message around that, we need to take number of precautions in when it comes to building homes and factories, and insurance as well as fire equipments within the house or within the factory or warehouses are equally important. Coming back to today's event, this 20,000 liter water tanker, it takes me back to the recent fire that happened last year in Nandi, which was in a garment factory. If you recall, there were 150 staff present in that garment factory. Now, when it came to fighting this fire, National Fire Authority had to ask Nandi Town Council for the water tanker, as well as Airports Fiji Limited. And by getting these two fire tankers, which were not even 20,000 liters, they were just 10,000 liters, they managed to control the fire. So we can see the importance of such trucks. Can you imagine if they did not ask Nandi Town Council as well as Airports Fiji Limited? It would have been very difficult to douse the fire. But with the assistance of Nandi Town Council and Airports Fiji Limited, they managed to do that. So for National Fire Authority, what we need to do is we need to spend more money in equipping the National Fire Authority. We can have the buildings, that's fine. We can have the human resources, that's excellent. But if we don't have the equipment and the necessary gear, then we won't be able to fight the fire. So we have to spend more money in equipping all our National Fire Authority buildings and offices that we have around the country. And that would be something that the board needs to consider, the management team needs to consider, so that we put in more equipments as much as we can. And of course, along with that comes the training of the staff and the awareness that we need to create within the community. So ladies and gentlemen, with this word, I wish you luck. I wish you all the best with the fire truck, the water tanker that's been given to you with the government grant. And also I would like to thank the firemen and firewomen for your dedication, for putting your life, whenever there is a fire, you are the first one, and everyone looks upon you for the work that you do in our community. You always put your life at risk in protecting other lives. And this is something we all appreciate, the contribution you are making in everyone's life. So thank you very much, Vinaka Vakalebu, and Dhanyavad.